welcome back to Women's Weekly, a radio show that focuses primarily on women's issues today in December 30th, 1929. Since it is the end of the decade, we will be reflecting on the historical achievements of women in the past decade. Today we will be hosting a debate between two women with drastically different views on women's issues.
Hi, my name is Helen, and I believe that women should have all the rights a man has. We should be able to vote, have personal freedom, hold the same jobs as men, and many more.
My name is Margaret, and I disagree with everything this woman is yapping about. I believe that women should stick to what they know, which is the kitchen and taking care of their children.
3 topics prepared for today: voting rights, women in the workplace, and personal freedoms. Starting with voting rights for women. Before 1920, there was no federal law that stated women could vote, so it was up to the states to grant women that right. Then, in 1920, women in all states were given the right to vote through ratification of the 19th Amendment. However, this only applied to white women. Starting with Margaret, how do you feel about this new monumental amendment?
It's a miracle the small monkey brain of a woman can boil a pot of water. There is no way she should have the opportunity to change our country. Not to mention it was a failure too. Only 35% of eligible women voted. This means women don't even want to vote.
The reason why a large majority of women did not vote that first year was actually because of voter suppression. In fact, some political leaders stopped women from voting by refusing to register them because of a deadline the leaders did not fix. Also, women's participation in elections since then has risen and will continue to rise.
Well, that does not change the fact that women did not accomplish many of the things they said they would do. Typical lie of the common woman species. For example, women say that they would take many positions in the government and make meaningful changes, but only 150 out of 7,500 state legislature seats were held by women.
Women are rarely being elected into political positions because the ones that do run embrace feminism, which is a controversial subject that many don't support.
As they should.
Let's move on to talk about women in the workplace. In the past decade, women have begun to take job positions that were formerly only held by men. For example, a small number of women have become engineers, doctors, journalists, and lawyers. Some even started their own businesses. However, most women are still working in domestic service, teaching, nursing, and factory work. Starting with Helen, what do you think about this?
I obviously think women getting jobs reserved for men is a good thing. We are tired of having limited options for work. We want to have jobs other than nursing, factory work, and teaching. More of us should try for non-traditional jobs and show our true potential as equal human beings.
The only jobs a woman should be able to get are woman jobs like a maid. Getting women to do something they can comprehend. The only reason women get paid less is because they shouldn't have to have a job. Makes sense to me.
Actually, there are benefits to women in the workplace. For example, women would be financially independent and not depend on others to support them. Why do we want half of the adult population to be financially dependent on someone else?
Okay, moving on from the topic of the workplace. Our last topic is on personal freedoms. In the past 10 years, women have gained more personal freedoms. For example, women have become styling themselves and acting however they want. The term flapper is used to describe such women. Now, starting with Helen, what do you think about this new lifestyle?
It is good that we women get to wear whatever we feel comfortable in. For me, I like to keep my hair cut above my ears in a bob, and I like to wear short skirts or trousers if I am feeling feisty. Women shouldn't be expected to wear things like corsets and ball gowns in their own homes. Some people may label me as a flapper for my style and fast-moving attitude, but I honestly don't have a problem with that. Also, women should not be pressured to get married as soon as they can. I think they should have some freedom before doing so. The flapper is mostly just a term for women that men find too promiscuous. Many feminists do not like the word because of this.
The only sin for a woman worse than killing a man is wearing a man's clothes. And for that reason, I think them flappers should be in jail for their premarital ankle showing. A woman's one and only purpose is to pop out as many children as she can and take care of them. Just like I did when I got married at 16 and had 10 lovely little devil children. And I've been the happiest woman ever since.
Okay, I think that will be it for our short review/debate episode. Thank you to wonderful women for joining us today and helping us think about how women's rights have changed over the decade. See you next week and next year.